Hi, it's Agnes here, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I want to talk about light workers and how do you know if you are a light worker? Because it's not just healers being light workers, right? I get this question so many times in my community. Now, light workers are coming directly from source, right? They were created by source. There's a spark of source, and then they go out to experience. They go out to they volunteer on different planets. They grow and evolve on different galaxies and different planets and different universes, and a lot of us, around 80 million apparently, are on Earth right now. Now, so many of us came hundreds and thousands and 10,000s of years ago, and we got trapped, right? We got trapped in the karma wheel, and it was impossible for us to remember who we are and what is our purpose when we were down on planet Earth in an incarnation, because the veil comes down and then we don't know what we were supposed to do. Now, and it was almost impossible to remember who we are and what we are going to do. And then even you come down and then you start, growing up and experiencing life, many times, because we didn't know who we are, we kind of got sidetracked. And maybe we brought some decisions that affected other people's lives, which creates karma. So then we had to come back again and then start balancing out that karma. Now, this is how we started to build up on more karma. And because the frequency level and the consciousness level of planet Earth was kept so low, it was impossible to remember. Now, that's why it's different now, because it's ascending, right? So collectively, we are raising consciousness. The planet Earth, Gaia, is raising consciousness. So now it's easier. We have a chance to remember who we truly are, these light beings, these light workers. And we remember this while we are on Earth, right? While we are still experiencing life. And this is the big thing right now. Now, if you're a light worker, you are working on the collective. Now, it's very important to know that all the patterns you're working on are not yours. No matter what you have chosen for this life to work on, you are working with the collective. You are healing this for the collective through yourself. This is why you are a light worker. Because I got this question so often. How do I know I'm a light worker? How do I know? Like, I don't want to become a healer. I'm still a light worker. Absolutely yes. If you're listening to this, absolutely yes. If you've been working on yourself, absolutely yes. If you've been feeling the calling of trying to heal and break free and wanting to know more and wanting to create more abundance and more money and more fulfillment and freedom and amazing relationships, and you've been working on yourself and seeking and searching and learning and listening to gurus, you are absolutely a light worker. Okay, so I'm just channeling this right now. And it's important this to know. And all the patterns, another very, very important message, all the patterns, all the limitations you are feeling are not yours. You have chosen the collective ones to work on. You're working on yourself, but you are creating the more of us working on that, the more we are liberating ourselves. So we're creating a morphogenetic field, and let's say, other words, creating giving permission, to others to follow and do the same thing. Now, for example, the 3 patterns that I have chosen for this lifetime to work on: first is unworthiness, second is the wounded masculine energy, and the third is abundance and lack, right? So I came here, and since I got awakened, I've been working on my unworthiness and felt all the time unworthy. So it's the illusion of being unworthy, but it felt really true. I'm sure that you feel the same. So you also have 1, 2, or 3 different patterns that you have chosen. Now, in order to get to where you want to get, let me just give you an example. For example, relationships, right? So in order for you, if you have chosen a pattern to work on the wounded masculine and feminine, and this divine feminine and masculine, and you feel the huge desire in your heart to have that perfect relationship, to you have that calling, you have that huge desire in your heart to, in this three-dimensional reality, to create an amazing relationship, to create that divine union between the masculine and the feminine, to connect with someone on all levels, on physical and spiritual and emotional and intellectual and energetical and whatever other layers are there. So you know that there is a twin flame, soulmate, whatever you call it, there for you. And then you know, right? So if this is what you are desiring, now the question is how or why you are going to start working on yourself to get there. You have to come from the opposite, right? You have to come from not having that. You have to come from an abandonment. You have to come from the rejection. You have to come from suppression in order to be triggered in seeking, wanting, desiring the other extreme, let's say, right? The other the other side of this experience. So this is why you have chosen, while you are healing the collective, right? The wounded feminine masculine. Now I also came with that. And I came into a family where there were very strong women in their wounded masculine. So like doing, being alone, feeling alone, needing to support themselves, the children, the family, because the man was non-existent. I mean, even physically was not there, right? So the man was not standing in his power. So the woman was taking the power and being the controller, the ruler, the leader. So it's a very unbalanced energy. And this is not what I desired. I desired a beautiful divine union. Now, of course, in order to get there, I need to balance this out. I need to heal this. So that's why I've been working on myself and on others. Now, you don't have to work on others. You are already working on others, let's say, just by working on yourself, because we are giving permission. This is consciousness level. This is frequency. This is energy, right? The more of us doing this, the easier it gets for others to follow, because they have an example. Now, think back. Almost none of us have examples of that type of relationship. We don't even know what that means. All we knew is like divorce. All we knew is, single parents. And all we knew is mothers needed to do everything, becoming mothers and fathers and all of that, especially after the wars, right? Where the men were not there. They disappeared. So the boys coming and growing up, they did not have an example. How does that look like? They only saw a woman, right? So they have no example. So they didn't know how to connect to their true power, the true masculine power. Now, all of us have masculine and feminine as well, right? So we need to balance the both out and create that union first inside of us. And then we can create that, and in the three-dimensional reality, in the physical reality, anchoring it down, right? Because when that has happened inside of you, you're going to attract the same, right? Because it's law of attraction. So you're going to mirror it on the other side, which mirroring it in your reality. So that's how you can bring in and create that union and that divine union you are being called towards. You have chosen that. Now that's true for lack and money lack and the illusion of money lack. So you're going to work a lot on beliefs and a lot of, all collective beliefs. None of those are yours, are everyone's. And it's so funny because I'm looking around in my community and everybody has the same, exactly the same patterns that I have. Right? So we all working collectively on the same thing. You're going to start congregating around the same people with the same pattern because you recognize each other, I mean. Right? So this is just so crazy. Now, not being good enough, or it's always the same, right? Love and self-love and self-acceptance, self-recognition. It's all about who you are, but coming from the illusion and waking up That's how you are healing yourself and others. Now, you don't have to be a healer to be a light worker. You are a light worker just by working on yourself. You're a light worker just by being on this journey and doing the work, as I said, because you're doing it for the collective. Now, of course, you can choose to share that light, that gift, talent with others in any way you want. And that can be art, that can be music, that can be food by cooking. You can share your knowledge. You can share the ways people can make money, the ways you can become obviously a healer. So you thriving for freedom, you creating ways to be more free, more fulfilled, more joyful, more having more love, more amazing relationship. That is light worker. So I hope this helped you to recognize yourself, because I know you are one. That's why you're here. That's why you are resonating with me. That's why you're listening to this. And I'm so grateful that you are listening and you are here. And thank you so much for your amazing work, and then not giving up. And even though it's very difficult many times, I'm also coming from abandonment issues and rejection and closing up and having closed heart, and I worked half of my life on opening my heart, and it's part of the journey. I have chosen this, and you also have chosen this. So when you see this, when you understand this, oh my God, it just already creates so much healing, because you can just give a step back. It's not personal. It's not personal. You came to help the collective through your experience. It's not personal. So you can step back, say, hey, we are all doing the same thing. I'm also working on unworthiness. I'm also working on the feminine, masculine, and working and living through that beautiful feminine energy, and only do masculine where I am inspired for action, right? So I'm in the feminine, I'm allowing, I'm trusting, I know. And when I feel the urge and I see the step, I just take the step. And then everything just, unfolds. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And again, I wait, I allow, I create, I see, I trust, and boom, again, I feel action time. And then I take action. This is when you are in balance, right, with the energies. So if you want to know more about this, I'm really, really happy to connect with you. And you're going to find a link in the description box. You can connect with me, and you can see if you are eligible for SoulHUB community, where we are working lightworkers and starseeds there on breaking free of our blocks, limitations, illusions, and start living and creating our lives through our true self, through our power, through our superpowers that we all have. But it's time to remember. So if you feel excited about this, just click below, and let's connect. Let's I'm so curious to Lightworker. Who are you, and what are you doing here? So we're going to do a little bit of psychic reading about your purpose, about your patterns, and how to untangle yourself from that. Yay! Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. See you soon. Ciao.